Hello everyone, dear viewers of my YouTube channel. We continue our journey through the animal world. The heroes of today's video are ponies. I have collected for you top 10 interesting facts about these beautiful animals. Friends, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, put likes, leave comments and share videos on your social networks. Go! 10th place. The word pony itself comes from the Gaulish language meaning little horse. Although in fact, ponies are not so small. In addition, in different countries the criteria for reckoning them differ. In Russia, for example, horses with a height at the withers of no more than 110 cm are usually referred to. And in the UK, no more than 143.7 cm. 9th place. Adults cannot ride ponies. These animals are capable of carrying a weight equal to approximately 20% of their own weight. However, some individuals are strong enough to pull the loads normally carried by horses. In the past, ponies, due to their endurance and physical strength, were often used as draft power along with horses, donkeys and mules. 8th place. In total, there are about 20 pony breeds in the world, and Europe, more precisely, the British Isles, is considered their historical homeland. Probably. This is a manifestation of the so-called island dwarfism, a phenomenon when, in the course of evolutionary processes, the population on the islands is smaller in comparison with its relatives on the mainland. A striking example is the dwarf mammoths from Wrangel Island, which became extinct only about 4,000 years ago. They were significantly inferior in size to mammoths from the mainland. 7th place. Ponies visually differ from ordinary horses not only in height, but also in proportions. Their legs are shorter and more massive, their heads are also not so elongated. And their manes and tails are almost always distinguished by unusually thick hair. These little horses look really cute, so people usually like them very much. 6th place. Sometimes ponies are used as a substitute for guide dogs for the blind. Not inferior to dogs in terms of intelligence development, they remember the road perfectly and besides, they react less to external stimuli, and their good-natured disposition makes them excellent friends and companions. And ponies live long enough, up to 45 to 55 years, that is, even longer than ordinary horses. 5th place. The smallest ponies in the world are Falabella. The height at the withers in adults is about 50 cm. At the same time, they look like real horses, only miniature. This is not a very old breed, it was bred in Argentina in the middle of the last century. 4th place. Ponies are usually friendlier to each other than horses. Stable owners have long noticed that they can even keep young stallions in the same stall without fear that they will fight. With normal horses, this would not have been possible due to competition between males. 3rd place. The strongest of the pony breeds is the Shetland. These horses usually grow up to 95 to 105 cm in height. But they have incredible endurance. An adult animal is capable of dragging a weight that is 10 times its own, or even more. A few centuries ago, thousands of Shetland ponies worked in British mines, hauling trolleys of coal and ore. For a year, one animal transported up to 3,000 tons of cargo, while overcoming up to 5,000 kilometers. 2nd place. An adult pony can easily weigh up to 200 kilograms, sometimes even more. If you make him angry, he, like a real horse, can rears up and begin to beat with his front legs. And these animals can kick with their hind legs perfectly. Therefore, Let their appearance do not deceive anyone, they may well stand up for themselves. First place. The smallest ponies in some countries are even kept as pets. In the literal sense of the word, they live at home, and special pony diapers are used to maintain cleanliness. Special soft boots are put on pets' feet so that the hooves do not damage the floor and do not clatter too loudly. Friends, thank you all for watching. I really hope that this video was interesting to you. I love you all very much. See you later.